So I thought today I would do a chatty get ready with me. I love doing these videos. I love getting ready and like showing you the products I use while also talking about books. So I thought today, it is nearing the end of the year. When I'm filming this, it is November 22nd. So there's still, over a month left of the year, but I thought I would talk about my favorite books of the year. I'm not going to do a specific list. This is in no particular order. This is just looking back some of the books I really did love the most this year. I will still do my Goodreads wrap up at the end of the year, showing you all my statistics and really showing the ones I absolutely loved the most, but I thought I would just talk about some of my favorite books of the year and just chat about books that I love and get ready to film more videos today. So let's go ahead and get started. So I think I'm going to start with a little more skincare. I had washed my face and just put on CeraVe lotion, but I'm going to use some of this Volition Skin Rhythm Balancing and Clearing Serum. I got it in the FabFitFun box. And the one thing I love the feel of this. It has niacinamide and salicylic acid, which I love. But this like pump thing is so hard to get it to work. Like it doesn't work. Like you would think it would suck up like a whole dropper full, and it doesn't, but it's still like the actual product in there I do really like. But yeah, let's talk about my first book on my list. This is, I'm kind of going in backwards order, basically on the last one I finished up to ones I read earlier in the year. But I just literally finished this book last night, but I had decided like halfway through, I'm like, this is going on my favorites for the year. And that is A Nun for the Viking Warrior by Lucy Morris. This was a recommendation from Avery, actually. And I loved it so much. It's a historical romance. I'm just going to put some chapstick on. I don't know if I'll wear lipstick today, but we'll see. This is the Revolution Pro Blur Stick. Very basic. I don't use primer very often, but I thought today I would. But this is historical romance about, like, okay, I'm gonna be honest, like, historically, like, I have no idea anything about the Vikings. Like, I don't really understand the historical significance to a lot of this story, but it is about a girl who was trying to escape her father, especially, and so she joins a convent and is training to become a nun. She hadn't taken her vows yet, but and then one night a big Viking warrior shows up and said, no, actually your dad said you're going to marry me, so you're coming home with me. He sold the land that she grew up on and his daughter, apparently, and so she has to go with him. She has to marry him. So they get married, and she's terrified about what all of this will bring, and she wanted to escape having her life controlled by men, and obviously that didn't work. This is the Rare Beauty foundation. My shade is 140C. I love this foundation. It's very lightweight, but it is buildable. And so they go back to her childhood home. That's the land that the Viking was sold, and then they're married, and it's just so sweet because the Viking character is actually just the absolute sweetest guy, and he's trying so hard to like make her feel comfortable, and he can tell that she has a deep fear of being hurt because that's the life she grew up in, is with an abusive father, and she had a traumatic childhood with her mother as well. I will say, trigger warning for suicide, not in great detail, but it is there. So yeah, it's just about them slowly becoming friends and then becoming more, and it was so good. I loved these characters so much. And I will definitely be reading more of Lucy Morris's books. I think there's even others following characters from this book, so I definitely will be reading those. I think I had said, I don't remember if I said this on Instagram or on here, but I had said that I don't usually buy Kindle books because I use Kindle Unlimited so often, or I rent it from the library, but this wasn't available on either one of those, so I did end up buying this as a Kindle book. And absolutely no regrets. I loved this book so much. I could even see myself rereading it because I truly loved the characters that much. So another book I read fairly recently, and this is no surprise to me that this is a favorite. It's By the Book by Jasmine Guillory. I love every one of her books. I've read everything but, oh, what's it called? The celebrity one. I've read all the other ones that she's written, and I think that's all she's written. And I've loved almost every single one. The only one I didn't like as much is the Royal Holiday one, just because I didn't really care for having older main characters. That was Rare Beauty's Bronze Stick in Happy Soul. It took me so long to get my hands on this. It was sold out forever. I feel like this is going to end up being almost like a full face of Rare Beauty, not necessarily on purpose. I just genuinely use those products super often. But this book was really cute, and this was actually, looking back, I think this might have even, this would be a closed door romance, so maybe I'll add it to my closed door romance list. I don't know if that video will be out before this or after this, but I will be recommending some like cleaner, sweeter romances, just because I've read a lot of those this year. But this is about a girl who works for a publishing company, and she is trying to get this celebrity. He's not really a celebrity anymore. He was in, was he an actor or like in a boy band or something stupid? Boy bands are not stupid. That was not an insult to boy bands, but and she's trying to get him to finish writing her memoir, or his memoir, for the publishing company, and she goes to his house because he has not turned any pages in or done anything, and it's a big deal. It's like a $1 million deal kind of thing. So he's like, fine, well, you can stay at the house and help me write it. And so through that process of them working together, they slowly like fall in love, and it is just the absolute cutest. Jasmine does it again. I absolutely loved the book. I also have my coffee here, my Captain America cup. Anyway, let's go into the blush. So this is the new shade, or a new shade of Rare Beauty blush that I got in Hope, and I love it. I also have the pinker one. This is Happy. I do really like this one. That you can tell this is more like muted, and I like it for the trendy thing right now of like having like the your hair, or your face look more like flushed, like you've just been outside in the cold. And because this is a more muted color, I can apply more of it and kind of get away with it, because usually Rare Beauty, you know, you only do one dot, but I do whatever I want. So this color, this tone specifically, looks so close to what I think my natural like coloring would look like, that I can put a little more and just blend it really well, and I really like the look of it. So obviously this looks really bright on camera, but I'm blending, I promise. But yeah, next, I also read Kingdom of the Wicked this year by Kerri Maniscalco, another author obviously I have a lot of history with loving, so it doesn't surprise me that I loved this book so much. The series is, I've read the first two. There are portions that feel a little slow. It's a lot of like inner monologue, trying to figure out what's going on. Not so much actions that are happening, but I really love the characters, and I really love the direction that the story is going. I did not expect this from Kerri Maniscalco. I didn't expect so much magic, and I didn't expect, I would argue that the first one is tamer. I would say the first one, like 14 and up can read, 12 and up. But the second and the third, I haven't read the third, but I'm presuming it's only going to get more. I would almost say they are adult fantasy romances rather than young adult, which I don't mind. I think it's a very interesting trend of how that's happening, that a lot of young adult authors are transitioning to adult books, which is fine, but then publishers still market them as young adult, which becomes a problem, but it's not my industry. So but I really liked this book. Lots of fun magic. I loved Amelia. I loved Wrath. I thought they were great characters, and I just loved the way that she wrote about the magic in these books. I thought she did a really incredible job, and it was just a very compelling story. And I'm excited to see where the third one goes. So let's move on to highlight. I have 3, I didn't know this, I have 3 Rare Beauty highlighters. Which one should I do? I think I've been doing this white one a lot lately. This is Enlighten, but I think I'm going to do the pink one. This is Enchant. I swear, I didn't mean to just be all Rare Beauty products today, but what's new? Okay, next on my list is the only nonfiction on my list, and frankly, I think the only nonfiction book I've read this year, and that is I'm Glad My Mom Died by Jennette McCurdy. If you've watched, honestly, any of my recent videos, I have talked a lot about this. I've talked a lot about it on my Instagram. I wrote a full review on Goodreads. I loved this book. It was incredibly difficult to read at parts, but I loved this book. Jennette McCurdy deserves every single, like, recognition and award and everything that she's getting because it's just so good. Also, highlight, love that. I've seen on TikTok that people don't really like highlight to the gods anymore, but why would I pass up on the opportunity to put more glitter on my face? But yeah, this book was absolutely phenomenal. It was just insane. It was so good. I loved it, and that's, I don't even know what else to say. Read this book. If you haven't read this book already, go read it. Spoiler alert, by Olivia Dade. This book was a surprise to me. I didn't think I was going to love it because I was afraid that the idea of a romance with a famous person as one of the main characters just doesn't appeal to me at first listen. But then I read this and I adored it. I loved it so much. Maybe I'll just do kind of a basic makeup look today. Naked Reloaded, this palette. You can see a reflection of my phone recording me. Yeah, I think I will do that. But Spoiler Alert by Olivia Dade was just so much fun. I loved the characters. I loved how well written the communication between the characters were. It was obvious that she really understood these characters and she understood their relationship and was able to write such clear, like, just such clear love between them and communication. And it was really, really, really good. I loved it. And I really did like the added level of the guy character, like, wanting to improve the show he was on, but he didn't have a lot of control. I just thought that was really interesting. And I mean, I'm a fan fiction girl at heart, let's just be real, so I really love that aspect of it. So I had a lot of fun reading it, and I will definitely be reading the subsequent books in the sequel in this series soon. So it's so hard to, like, not be blocking exactly in the camera. So the next book on my list is, I think I didn't read a lot of middle grade or younger books this year. I read some YA, but I didn't read much middle grade. But one of the ones I did was Daughter of the Deep by Rick Riordan. And I mean, what can I say? Rick Riordan does it again. He can do no wrong. I love all of his books. One day I will finish the Apollo series. It's just I'll have to be really emotionally prepared, and I'm not. So although I'm gonna have to finish, because did you guys see there's more Percy and Annabeth books coming, like Percy, Annabeth, and Grover as the main characters. Can you even imagine? In the year it'll be next year, 2023, Percy and Annabeth back as main points of view on the page. I can't fucking wait. I can't wait. I'm sorry for swearing. That's how excited I am. But anyway, Daughter of the Deep, absolutely loved it. It was so much fun. It was, I will say, the lore that it's based on, like the Under the Sea, 50,000 Leagues Under the Sea, or whatever it is, I've never heard that story. I don't know the details, like Captain Nemo. I've never seen the Disney movie. Like, I know absolutely nothing. So I can't speak to how it interpreted that story. But I had so much fun. I loved the characters. There was a lot of really interesting representation. Rick is really good at adding in such a plethora of characters, so any kid that picks up this book and reads it gets to experience you know, maybe seeing themselves in a book like they haven't before. So that's what I really, really love about him. I loved his characters. I love the world building. I love the orangutan that loves the Great British Baking Show. He was really cool. Yeah, it was just a lot of fun. So magical, but also deeply depressing. Like, Rick has a really incredible way of balancing like dark parts of the story and, you know, the funny parts of the story. So I had a lot of fun. It was really good. I believe there will be a sequel. I just don't know when or what it's called. I'm not really sure if it's going to be a standalone or a series. It could go either way. Like, the series is completed, but like they could clearly do more. So really enjoyed it. Loved it. Next, another series I need to finish. What's new? The Inheritance Games by Jennifer Lynn Barnes. This book blew up, especially on TikTok, and I didn't know if it would be something I necessarily would like because, I don't know, I just didn't know. But it's everyone was pitching it as like Knives Out, and I didn't really like Knives Out, but so I didn't know if I would like it because I didn't really love that movie. But this book was incredible. Read this book instead of watching the movie, frankly. And it was just so much fun. I love the characters. I love the mystery. I still, like, there's more books in this series, so like I still don't even, I could not guess where the mystery is going at this point. It's just so much fun, and I like a book like that, where you're just kept guessing the whole time. And what's funny, I think I never guessed the mystery in a book, so it's not that surprising, but yeah, I really love that one, and I definitely will be reading more of them in the coming year. Next, I read all of the Heartstopper books this year, and obviously I loved them. I don't know anyone who's read the Heartstopper books and didn't love them because they're just that incredible. I'm gonna use a little bit of Burn now. I feel like I always do the same exact makeup look with slightly different colors, and today is no exception, but whatever. I'm trying to go for like a burnt coppery look. I don't know. Maybe it doesn't look like that, but I really liked these books. I loved the like drawing style. I love the characters. I love the show. I love the actors in the show. I love how perfectly it portrays the books. I just think it's an incredible series, and I hope it just keeps going. She is writing volume 5 now, I believe. I think she probably is posting it online, but I'm just gonna wait till it's all bound up into one because I don't really like the idea of reading one chapter at a time. But yeah, overall I love it, so I will be reading that. And I do think I've completed my collection. I have all 4 volumes on my shelf over there now. You can't see them, but they're on this shelf. But I love these books, and I love the characters, and they're just so cute. And I think what I like about it so much is she balances that like almost nostalgically happy feeling. Like, there's just such a peacefulness to these books, but that doesn't mean she shies away from important topics. She just does it in such a delicate way. And you know what? Delicate by Taylor Swift is like the song to describe these books. So anyway, love them. Next, I don't know, I feel like at this point this is almost a controversial opinion, but The Love Hypothesis by Ali Hazelwood. It was one of those books that, and I've seen this happen before with many books, and before Book Talk even, it becomes so popular. It skyrockets to the top. Everybody loves it. And then it's just like a turning point. All of a sudden, 75% of the people who said they loved it say they hate it now because it's no longer cool to love it. And I feel like this book had that phenomenon. Taylor Swift has had that phenomenon. Cassandra Clare, Twilight, all of the big, like, you know, series. Probably lots of other books too. It's happened many times before. It's just, I guess, how the world works. But I really love this book, and I unashamedly love it. I got to meet her in March, which was such a joy. She was so nice. And I I love this book. It's fun. It kept me reading. I read it really fast, which says something because I consider like this entire year a reading slump. Even though I've read 80 something books, I'm hoping to finish my goal, which at this point, who knows. I loved how fast I was able to read this. I loved how it kept me engaged. It was great. So if you're one of the people who doesn't like the Love Hypothesis anymore because it's not cool, or if you hated on her new release because it's not cool anymore, whatever. I loved it. I had a lot of fun. It had me laughing. I loved the characters. I loved the conflict in the end. And I do understand the criticism from like the Book Talk point of view that this was not like the steamiest book of the year, which is what a lot of people were kind of calling it. But I think that comes from people who are just discovering the romance genre, and this is different than reading like a YA book, you know. So I get that it wasn't the steamiest book I've ever read by any means, but I really enjoyed it. And you can't put a book in front of me that has an inspiration of like Kylo Ren and I won't love it. So, okay, next. This is a book, Blindsided by Amy Dawes. I think Amy Dawes' other book was actually on my favorites list last year, if I am remembering correctly. But I love Amy Dawes. She's so much fun. And one of her books is being made into a movie on, what's that website? Romance Flicks or something. It's like a romance movie Netflix that are kind of like lower budget movies, but they like adapt romance books specifically. So I will probably get a free trial of that to watch her movie. But Blindsided is a friends to lovers romance that I just absolutely enjoyed. This is the Total Temptation Maybelline eyebrow pencil. I've been using it for literally like 5 years. This is my favorite brand of eyebrow pencil. My eyebrows are currently kind of dyed, but I kind of scrubbed them off so they'd go away faster because I didn't like how they looked, how she did them this time, but that's okay. And I'm terrible at doing my eyebrows. I literally just hope for the best. I wing it. But this is a friends to lovers romance, and it was so cute. We've got plus size representation in the heroine, and my favorite part was just the friends to lovers aspect of it. They were like best friends, and they've always just been like very comfortable around each other because that's all they've ever been as friends. And I think they've each had their ideas of like, oh, maybe I do like them more than just a friend, but neither of them have ever done anything about it. So it was really fun to read. And like I said, I love Amy Dawes. She has a way of writing such lively characters, and the story is so funny, and it's great. And I like how open and honest these characters are with each other. In the end, it takes some time to get there, but I do believe that they've got it's not fake dating necessarily, but they have like practice dating, which I really liked. It was fun to read. And the heroine is also, there's also a virgin heroine, which I think is always a fun part of the story. So I loved this book. I loved the characters. It was just a lot of fun. That is almost my completed look, but I'm out of books to talk about, so I guess we're just doing makeup now. This is the Rare Beauty eyeliner pencil. I got it in like the eyeliner and mascara kit they have for Christmas time. I've been wanting to try it. It's a very big pencil. Like, it's actually focusing. What a miracle. It's a very big pencil in my opinion, like marker tip, but I like the weight of it. So, and it works pretty well, and I have to sit forward to see closer into the mirror, so sorry for this bad angle. Yeah, not really liking the vibes of those, but it's whatever. Rare Beauty mascara. This is my favorite mascara on the market now, which is upsetting because it's kind of expensive. I think I'm gonna try this. Ooh, dropping things. This new lip gloss that I have, it is from Revolution, and it is the Phoebe lip gloss from the Friends collection, and I got it because I needed to get to free shipping, and this was like $2, so. But this is a really pretty color. And when I tried it on my hand, it's pretty opaque for a lip gloss, which I like. I like a purple lip. I don't know if it necessarily matches the rest of the vibe, but I wanted to try it because it's new. Do look at that completed look. So yeah, those are my favorite books of the year. I'm gonna go try and fix my hair. Not sure this is a fixable situation, but oh well. I hope you enjoyed. I love doing a get ready with me. I just think I love watching them. I love filming them. This is gonna be a long video to edit though. Oh well. But I hope you enjoyed. Like, share, subscribe, all that fun stuff. I have some Christmas content coming, and some, or it's already posted. I don't know what order I'm posting these videos in, but oh well. I hope you enjoyed, and I will see you guys next time. Bye.